So it's another episode of Cooking and Weeping with Key. It's been a while. Now, it's not because anything has been better in my life, but it's because everything has been worse in everybody else's life, which makes me feel a lot better about my life. However, all those pleasantries aside, today I'm taking a cue from a friend of mine, Annie Yamey, and she's a good friend of mine from high school, and she suggested, well, she asked about crispy calamari, and well, this is not crispy calamari, but I figured you might be interested in this, or maybe not. I guess I didn't think about it very much at all, but today we're doing frito mistoo, and we're gonna do aglio di cacchio di pepe, which is very fancy, sexy ass Italian words for fried shrimps and fried shit with some pasta with some cheese and some pepper on it. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna use fancy words for some not fancy shit. Also, very quickly, Ash from the UK, I've put a hat on so you don't have to be forced to see anything that's under here, because I knew you were a little scared before. It was like Leviathan for you. So I've reeled that in. All right, so anyway, moving on to the food. So we're gonna start with the frito mistoo. I'm gonna give you some actual cooking information this time. I know, surprised, right? So frito mistoo is Italian. I think it's mostly like southerny. I'm not sure. I'm lying right now. But anyway, you know, it's a fried seafood, shrimp, octopus. They put some vegetables in there. You know, I actually had a whole much more information for this, but I've been drinking, and so I forgot. But anyway, what we're gonna do, since I've been drinking, is we're just gonna go ahead and execute whatever it is that I've got going on here. As you can see, nothing's gotten better with my cinematography. However, now that I'm in my own kitchen, I've moved my camera from a plant on top of peanut butter, and now it is on a Cointreau bottle on a shelf. So that also helps me with this bad puppy here. But anyway, so let me show you the ingredients for the frito mistoo. It's fried, obviously, it makes it extra delicious. We're gonna do the frito mistoo, and we're gonna do like a quick aioli, because I don't have the time or the know-how to record making a real aioli. And maybe we make something else, who knows. After I drink some more, we'll figure it out. So for the frito, we have zucchini, which I've cut into these huge discs. I like it huge. But I think it's better. That's what she said, right? And also, we got some nice white russet potatoes. And most importantly, what do we need for our frito mistoo? In here I have some nice baby squid. Look at that, whole bunch of it. It's gonna be a nasty night in here. Whole bunch of baby squid, and we've got some shrimp. Now, these shrimp I've got a little bit bigger than they should be. I personally think they would have been nicer if they were smaller. But, you know, who's gonna complain? Hey, look at me, get me the fuck out of this country, there ain't shit to do. That's my impersonation of how that shrimp feels. Anyway, so for the frito mistoo, we need to make a batter. Now, here's the fun part about this frito mistoo. I've read a couple of things about it, trying to get a very authentic recipe for it. And I keep coming across all these little bullshit recipes, you know. There's some people that are like, you know, you use some flour, some semolina. There's some people that say there's this batter. I don't know. I haven't come across anything that I could say is accurate, and well, honestly, I haven't looked that hard. But the most I could say is that the majority consensus is that it's this batter. Not much unlike like a tempura or a fish batter that you use in that country that does fish batter. What is that place called? UK? Yeah. So we're gonna go somewhere in the middle of this. This is my theory. This is just a key theory. So we're gonna flour everything. We're gonna season flour. We're gonna put everything in the batter, and then we're gonna deep fry it. And I'm gonna drink this. All right, so we'll start on that whole batter thing. All right. Now, because I'm so accurate today, it's that hiatus has made me accurate. Now I'm on it. I'm on my game. No, I'm not. We're gonna use for the batter. I'm always out of breath. What the fuck is that about? Universal flour. I mean, I don't know shit about flour. I mean, it says universal on it, so it's like, I feel like it's for everyone. Maybe. I don't know. But then again, I'm in Austria, and I don't know what the other shit says, so I just grabbed this one. So you use about a cup of this. This is what I know, about a cup. But I don't measure shit, because I don't know how to do math. All right, so let's say something like this. And then, for my Chinese homies, we're gonna bring a little bit of this cornstarch into play. Now, I don't know what that says, but I feel like I've seen this on all cornstarch boxes. But then again, I can't be trusted because I don't really remember shit. So anyway, you're gonna put I'd say about half a cup of cornstarch. Cause you know, I don't know, half a cup is good. I mean, sometimes cornstarch gives it that kind of floppy, not crispy texture. And we don't, I mean, I know Annie suggested crispy, so I don't want to give it that floppy weirdness. Even though it's going to taste phenomenal, we don't want to give it that floppy flip-flop. Flip. All right? And, of course, we use sugar. And you know what? Not sugar, salt. And speaking of Annie, she has a fucking phenomenal, what is this? YouTube fucking channel for kids drawings. So you know, if I knew how to put shit on here, if I knew how to do anything, then I would give that words. I would put words on there, but I guess I'll have to draw that on paper later. So anyway, some salt. Liberal. Poof. The liberals with the salt. All right, and then of course next, a little bit of that cacio. Or is it pepe? No, it's pepe. I think the cacio is the cheese. So there's some pepper. I like a little pep in there, so a couple of cranks of that should do it. And you know what else? What else? Here's why I'm not a stickler for the rules. Because rules fucking with food, you know, you can't just do what people fucking tell you. It just doesn't work. So you gotta go by your flavors. So I'm gonna throw a little bit of them. Well, this says quinoa block, but this is garlic. When I see it, I always think of knuckles, but I don't. Well, as I said, who knows? I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic in there. All right. So now we got that mixed up. We're gonna give ourselves a whisk here. Nice whisk. Get that in there. We want all those flavors to be in that flour, all right? So that is what is important, is getting all that flavor in the flour. And then, you know, as such, with tempura, you use seltzer water. So I also read a recipe which said white wine, but I don't have white wine. So I'm gonna go for the one that went with the seltzer water. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, like I said, I haven't studied the whole fucking laws on frito mistoo, but so far I know it's quite similar to a tempura batter, but I think it might be just a little bit thinner and less fluffy. But then again, I could be wrong. And also, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little olive oil to this mixture. Why? Because that's what I do. So, some of this water, seltzer. Now we're gonna mix that up, get a nice batter going. So, you know, I'm not a measurement queen, because I mean, measurements just not my thing, man. I don't think food, you know, you can measure some shit, but really, I don't know. It's all about, you know, experimenting, and you figure out what you like. I mean, that's why I don't bake, because I can't get down with all that precision. I mean, if I was smart enough to measure things and execute them in a well thought out plan, I wouldn't be where I am now. So, anyway, mix this batter up. So you don't want to over mix it. So you're gonna get some lumps, but you do not want to over mix it, right? Want it to be thin enough. And there we go. Right, and we got our nice batter there. Smells good, looks good, feels good, great. So now, here's a part where, well, here's the part where I'm gonna stop the show. This is 12 minutes. And I'm going to have a drink, stop the show, and then restart it to get the rest of the stuff, because I don't know how to upload any of this shit. So, cheers, and I'll see you in 3 minutes with the second half of this. Okay, so, listen, man, I gotta tell you, do you know, it is a pain in the fucking ass to record this shit, because I swear to God, in the last 5 minutes, the phone's fallen in the goddamn dough. I don't even know. It's fucking annoying. I mean, at this point, yeah, well, it just goes along with everything. Anyway, so what we're gonna do next, where I left off at was the batter, right? Which we have a nice batter going. You know what? I think I want to thin it out just a little bit more, because I don't want it to be like a tempura batter. I do want it to be a thinner batter. So I'm going to thin that out just a smidge more. And then I've gone ahead and I've floured the zucchini and the potatoes, the russet potatoes. And I've floured my enormous giant shrimp, just so that they hold on to the batter. Oh my God, I'm still in fucking Vienna. What the fuck? It's 8 years later. Somebody help me. I'm a shrimp and there's no ocean. So that's me as a shrimp. Anyway, after you do the shrimp and the veg, everything I say to leave the calamari until last in the flour, because it's so wet. It's so wet that you want, you know, it's gonna suck up a lot of the flour. So I say leave that until last, and that'll be the last thing you fry as well, because calamari cooks a lot quicker than everything else. So, you know, you do the vegetables, take a minute. Shrimp, even though they're huge, they still don't take that much time. And I mean, they don't take that much time, but they take a little bit more than the calamari. And yeah, there you go. So I've rigged up, because you know, I don't have the best grip, and Ridley Scott does not work for me anymore. I think he helped on the first one. a little thing over here in the cabinet so you can see the fryer and the frying process, because I'm really trying hard to actually make the cooking part essential as much as the weepin part, because the weepin part comes well, the weeping part is, that's just part of everyday existence. All right, so let's go over here. And here I'm gonna take the camera off of the Cointreau. Sam, you hear the tape? I'm gonna bring you over to the tape I've set up on the cabinet. So, I mean, if you hear a crash, just know it's just the phone and the tape. That's all. Just gonna put it in like a Scotch tape diaper. See if it stays. All right. If you're checking out my teeth, I didn't brush them, and I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, so. It's the way I live on the edge. All right, so let's start with our vegetables. Here's my deep fryer, courtesy a la Hermerica. All right. So, use a thin one. Don't want it thick. Drop that in there, you know. And we do a couple of potatoes. I'm gonna try and do as many as possible, because obviously, you know, how long can I record on here before the phone blows up or it falls into the shrimp or something. So the best thing to do is swing them around or shake the thing. I don't know if you have a deep fryer, but if anybody has a deep fryer, usually the most fatty fats of the fatties have a deep fryer, i.e. that's why I have one. But if you don't, you can use a pot and put in a decent amount of oil. I mean, I think deep frying is basically just so everything gets an even fry and not just like this lopsided fry. You know, like when I was a kid, my mom used to fry stuff and one side would be brown and the other side would be like a whole nother set of problems. So, you know, with the deep fryer you get a nice even fry. We'll see how that goes, right? That's frying. And while that's frying, shall we go into the weeping part of cooking and weeping with Key? Yeah, well, it's not so much to weep about anymore. I'm feeling less weepy and more just kind of like, so I guess that it's more of a cooking and shaking my head with Key. What the fuck is marriage, man? Who the fuck? And then you're like, you get married and they're like, It's like, and now? What? And then it's like, what about me? And then you're just like, well, I guess that's what it is. So anyway, let's check on this fried stuff. Looks good. Like I said, I mean, I'm no fucking food expert here. I'm no fucking food expert. You know, the thing is, I care about food. I love food. I like food. I've worked for some chefs that don't fucking care about food. I'm not gonna name anyone. I'm not gonna name anyone. But you know who you fucking are. They just don't give a shit about food or anything anymore. I don't know what happens to you in life that makes you stop loving food. Maybe it's being a chef, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm always trying to learn about what's up with things. So, like I said before, I feel like this frito mistoo batter is quite similar to a tempura. And that's why I want to learn a little bit more about origins of it, because, I mean, they use the white wine in the batter instead of the seltzer. And I know the seltzer creates these bubbles and good to be good. It's all science, but still, you live, you learn, you know? You want to learn? You want to learn about food? Learn about food. All right, so now we're frying it. I'm going to try and edit this down. I found an app that edits things down. I don't know. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, and I don't know what we're gonna do. Anyway, happy Pride. And, yeah, let's see, look at this. This is coming out stunningly. So now we have the potato. It's nice, crispy. But again, it's quite similar to tempura, right? But it's crispy, right? Annie, Amy, it's crispy. Jamie? All right, so I'll let that cook a little more. And, oh, you know what we should work on? We should work on the aioli, right? Because that's just, I'm gonna use mayo, lemon juice, olive oil, and some fresh herbs for that. But I think we can actually pull these out now. So let's go ahead and pull these out and put the next batch in. Obviously, anybody that has any kind of experience doing anything in the kitchen, you absolutely know that you need a paper towel plate and whatnot. So, shit. I tell you what, on that note, I'm just going to fry this shit off and then I'll get back at you after I fry everything off. Then we'll come back and we'll do part 3 of frito misto. Or if I figure out how to connect these things together, it'll be part 1 of frito misto. And then aglio di cacchio. All right, well, here we are in part 3. It's always seems to take 3 parts. Can't really help that, can I? I've tried now to put as much information as I could into this, but as we see, I am failing at that. I am, however, drunker than I was previously indicated. So anyway, we fried off our zucchini, we fried off our potatoes, we fried off the calamari, we fried off the fucking shrimp. Everything's fried off. And now I've gone ahead and set up the platter so we can see what it is. I mean, I think I did a pretty decent job. I mean, come on, it's not rocket science. So here's the platter of sea. Oh! All right, there we go. Well, there it is. There's a calamari. There's the shrimp. There I am. There's another one. Then we have that. And then here we have this aioli that I promised to tell you about, which I'm going to tell you about because I'm not going to show you because I can't fucking deal with trying to fit shit into this. I don't know. I'm thinking that perhaps the time that I do 3 parts of cooking, the 3rd part, I might be slightly less inclined to teach anything else. But did I already make this statement? Anyway, so the aioli, let's just use some mayo, some lemon juice, some fresh herbs. I always drop a couple of drops of olive oil in there just because, why not? So a little drop of olive oil, lemon juice liberally, salt, pepper, garlic, crushed red pepper, whatever you want to put in there. It's your decision on that fake ass aioli. Because if you want to make a real aioli, you know, that takes time and skill, and I don't know how to, I don't think I could, I mean, it would require me, I don't know, maybe it works, I don't know, but it's not going to work today. Anyway, so this has been frito misto with Cooking with Key. We're supposed to do the aglio cacchio. It was supposed to be a 2-parter, and that would be the 2nd part. Schwank, schwank, schwank. However, I'm not gonna cook any more shit because then I just gotta clean it up. So we'll get to that on the next one. I mean, like I said, olive oil, cheese, and pepper. I think you can handle that. On a political sense, You know, power to my people. On another political sense, what is up with that fucking Trump guy? What the fuck is wrong with that motherfucker? That motherfucker is out of his fucking brains. I mean, holy shit. I've literally seen people fucking tased and put into cells that say the shit that comes out of this motherfucker's mouth. And his mouth. You know what? We all know, so let's not talk about it. All right, so deuces, and hopefully I'll see you on another Cooking with Key, which may take another 6, 7 months, years before I get privileges to do it again, because after all, marriage is jail. All right, bye.